Hello and welcome to Soulmate Coach Crystal. We attract, create, and maintain relationships that are lasting and loving. Today I'm going to go over three things that make my marriage a happy place. And this will be a two-part series. It may even turn into a three-part series. But today I'm going to go over three things that I found make my marriage a happy place. Marriage is it's a multifaceted thing. You know, it's got very many components. And so there's no necessarily there's no way that you can actually just say I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and I'm going to have a happy marriage. Yeah, it all, because there's another person involved, it all requires that two people are involved. And there are things that I found that help to create a space that is more conducive to a happier marriage. And so I want to go over that first. I got some notes here, so I don't want to leave anything out. Oh, and also I want to cover here that I am not, by any way, when I go over this, I'm not saying I'm doing him any favors or I'm doing this for him. The things that I've learned that make my marriage a happy place, a happier place, is I found that those things help me. They really help me to create something beautiful. Because when I do these things, I create a space in me that is more compassionate and that creates more room for my own faults and shortcomings, as well as for my husband's. And so wanted to put that out there too. So know that this, again, isn't about a formula. It's about creating something beautiful. The first thing that helps to make my marriage a happier place is learning to accept my husband where he is. That means seeing his experience as valid, not seeing our relationship through the lens that I actually do know what's best and he's just this kind of, silly little man that doesn't know any better, that's following me, along, and I've got to guide him and I've got to lead him. It really is about he is a valid, his experience is valid, what he brings to the marriage is important, and it's not something to disregard. It also involves here, let me look because I really don't want to leave any of this out. Oh, it also involves accepting that he is a human being and he will make mistakes, and so will I. And so in accepting him where he is, I'm creating this space where I find that it's easier for him to accept me where I am. When I don't make demands that he be the person that I think he should be, then I find that there are less demands put on me to be the person that he thinks I should be. And so, again, going into that whole thing of creating something. This isn't about do this and then this will happen. It's about when I learn to accept him, it also involves accepting me. And then he also, I just find, can't explain why, but it creates a space where now he's more accepting of me. And I talked to him about this. I asked him about these things. So I'm not just like making this stuff up. I actually did talk to him about it. And seeing that he is this beautiful person that I get to share my life with, who also gets on my nerves sometimes. And I get on his nerves sometimes. And, it really is about seeing that, just where it is. The second thing is keeping things in perspective. And I'm going to tell a quick little story here. My husband is rough. He knocks things over. He breaks things. And in the beginning of our marriage, I made that about me. I didn't keep it in perspective. I made it about me, and I blew it out of proportion. Now, he doesn't care about my things. He just breaks my things. And the truth is, he's rough. And sometimes he knocks things over. That's just actually what happens. And we're able to work with that and put things in a safer place and not leave things on the corner. And so when he walks by, he can knock it off. And I've also found that not making it about me, not making it about what I thought he was doing to me, also helps. And so that brings us into the third thing. And that is, watch the stories you make up. Beware of the tales you tell yourself. Because, oh my gosh, I can't even begin to tell you how awesome it is to know that I make up stories. I make up stories about how life works, why he did this, why he said that. And sometimes those stories are right, and sometimes they're wrong. And so knowing that this is a story This is just my story, you know. And he allows me to share this one with you. I cleared this one with him. He's really good at the story thing. And so we had an incident where I left a cup on my cup warmer, cup of tea on my cup warmer. And his story he likes to make up is she likes to leave things behind for me to take care of. She doesn't care. She figures somebody's going to come behind me and take care of that. Come behind her and take care of her mess. And the truth is, I just forgot about it. Wasn't thinking about him in that light at all. Wasn't thinking, oh, he'll get it or he'll come behind me. But when you make up a story and you really believe it, it can be very tough to hear that the other person really wasn't doing what your story is saying. They really were just forgetting something or not thinking about something. And so recently I left my cup on the cup warmer, and he says to me, he goes, you know, I would have made up a story about that, but I realized you probably just forgot. And he turned it off, and he asked me, the next time, could you make sure to turn your cup warmer off? And just the freedom that was created when he didn't make up a whole big story about what I did. And the power that's there when you're able to go, this is what happened, and this is the story I'm making up about what happened. And leave some space in between the two for the fact that your story is just that, a story. So those are the three things today that I want to go over that I found that really helped to make my marriage a happier place. And I'm going to follow up with 3 more next week, so stay tuned. And I will be talking to you guys soon. Take care. Blessings.